welcome back to Crypto Harmonics. I'm going to try and cover like 6 or 7 currencies that I'm looking at right now, and try and cover them fairly quickly and just give you the meat of what I'm looking at. Okay, first things first, let's look at Bitcoin. I had a pattern set up that gave me an entry around 2,300. If it came down to 2,300, I would have taken it. It did not. So I have a couple things on these charts that I really wanted to show. I like showing these things that happen in real time because these are like real life scenarios that are going to happen in trading, and it just happens. So I love showing them live and kind of my perspective on what I'll do to kind of adjust and move around a little bit with them. So it doesn't come down to my target, so I don't take it, right? And you're like, well, Zach, you're an idiot. You know, you could have bought it. It's up at $2,800 today, right? But I'm resting in Bitcoin, right? These are short-term trades, okay? I'm resting my capital in Bitcoin all the time. If I find other opportunities to trade against Bitcoin, then I'm good, right? I'll take those too. So what I am looking at, though, is now I'm just kind of sitting tight on this one. Right, we have this double top here, and once it closed below that and kind of comes down, I was looking at the 618 retracement, which is why I put this right here, 27.18. But because of and usually I would short this right here, to be quite honest, because you got a little bit of consolidation here, and also that's just a trade that I usually take, but I'm not taking it because of the news and because of what's going on fundamentally right now. I am like 98% technical with all my analysis, but you do have to pay attention to that 2% or you can get slammed. Just like in Forex, you can get slammed if you don't pay attention to, you know, the Fed speaking or news coming out at 7 or 8 in the morning or different things like that, or you know, oil and different things that you need to pay attention to because it can spike or slam the price. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just resting in Bitcoin. I actually, honestly, fundamentally, I think that we're probably going to go to all-time new highs here pretty soon. So it could be wrong. That's cool. I'll be looking for patterns to set up, but I will not be taking it at 23. If it breaks this and starts coming low, I think we'll be coming much lower, like possibly the 2,000 mark, okay? But we'll look at that when it happens. That would have to play out over a long period of time. Okay, let's look at a trade that we're actually in right now, which is Litecoin. Litecoin disappointing me right now. Thought it was going to be going up, making a good move this week, but it's just like sitting here doing nothing. In fact, it's gone a little bit lower, actually. We got in at 40.72, 70 something. It's sitting at 40.35 right now, so we're a little bit in the loss. But you see this wick come down here, right? This blue line is our stop loss. We're below our X point here, okay? The beginning of this pattern, we are below that. And you always want to put your stop loss below these patterns, the X points, because that will act as support. And you see it did just that. And it's bounced. Now, will it hold? I don't know. I can't tell you that. But I do know that if it hits this, I want to be out. And let me show you on another pattern why you want to set your stop loss and just leave it. Don't touch it. Ethereum Classic. That was one that we looked at, right? And it made this awesome move, and we're like, sweet, we're going to make some money. And it just falls short of our first target and comes back down, and then it just falls off a cliff. So we had our stop loss right here below the X point, right? And you see it hit this and it just kept falling, and it shot back up, but it's coming back down, and who knows how far this could fall. I mean, it could fall for a ways, right? So that's why you don't want to try and ride it out and be like, well, I'll just wait and see, maybe it'll come back up, I can get out at break even. Set your stop losses. Don't make that mistake. Any good trader should tell you that and give you that advice that, hey, always set a stop loss, because you just want to limit your losses. You don't want to just constantly, you know, be trying to think, okay, well, I can get out here and maybe only lose this much, or just set it from the beginning. And look, another trade will pop up, another pattern will pop up, and I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at, okay? So let's look at Ethereum. What are my price predictions on Ethereum? I've got this pattern showing up here. Let me actually delete it and draw it so you can see how I do this real quick. So on Ethereum, this is on the 4-hour. You got this thing over here. You go to ABCD pattern here, and I'm going to set this right around here. We got this leg up. It went as high as here. And then we got this retracement down here. And this one up. So this is what's called a Gartley pattern. And this is not a bat. It's not going to come all the way down to the 886. We're actually looking for it at the 786. Okay, it's a different pattern. And that's why I have this line right here. And this is my price prediction on Ethereum, $165. If it hits $165, I'll be buying it up. Unless I see something crazy like one candle all the way coming down, just this massive sell-off, that should be a good spot to get in Ethereum and probably try and take it back up to 200, 210, somewhere in there. We'll have to look at it if it actually triggers. And then have your stop loss below this, like at around 130 bucks, 129 bucks. Okay? So that's a good, I mean, we got this huge downtrend, so you're looking at it like, where the heck would I get in? It's just been down, 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 down. Well, this is where I'm looking at according to the patterns. This is what's triggering for me, 165. Okay? And then finally, let's look at digibyte and digital note and one other new pattern that's popping up on another cryptocurrency. Digibyte is... Okay, when I made the last video, digibyte and digital note were starting to run, and I think I made it right at the top there. So, as you can see, over the last 4 days since then, it's actually not run at all. It's tripped. And so, it tripped up here, but you can see overall on our chart pattern here, we're fine. I'm not worried about digibyte at all. If you try and chase it, right, like say somebody's like sees these candles, right? Sees this last candle and they're like, man, I'm getting in digibyte. And they get in at like 800 Satoshis, right? And now you're sitting at 580 Satoshis. You've lost, 30% or so of your value. Well, that's why you don't ever want to try and chase it. That's why you let it come down to these patterns. Let it come to these D points here. When I got into this, it was 440, 420, something. I think it's 440 Satoshis. So we're still in the money. We're fine. So we'll keep our stop loss down here. And I'm keeping my target for now right here at 1,350 Satoshis, which is awesome. We'll like 3x our money, which is great. And then digital note, same thing. It was starting to run, and then it's just died off. It's worse than digibyte right now because it's had this really bad day today, and it's just kind of sitting around here. But again, it's kind of right around where we got in at, but it hasn't broke below this, so I'm not really even worried about it, to be quite honest. And then the new one I want to look at for to be watching over the next week is Stellar Lumens. This, I've been looking to get in this one. It's just been going down, 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 down. You can look at it on the daily. I mean, look at this thing. It's terrible. I mean, gosh, it went way up there. And so we're all the way down here, right? And we're going to run back into this right here, which is it was resistance, right, back in April. And it broke through that bigly. And then now it's going to become support for us. So let's see. So we're looking at it to come down to, and you probably want to look at this on the 4-hour, to be quite honest. Let me pull this out here just so I can zoom in a little bit. And you can see this is what we're looking at. We want it to come all the way down to about 420 Satoshis. And that's where we'll be buying up Stellar Lumens. All right. Well, I will see y'all next time, and happy trading out there.